Good morning, everybody. What a great weekend we had. It was cold, but it was sunny. It was just a beautiful weekend, very productive weekend. I got a lot of stuff done. I was really happy. My time off, I enjoy a lot of it. I had a great time with my daughter and some friends at a place in town, a pizza place in town. Had a great time. Anyhow, I still was able to get some very productive stuff done towards that big picture of mine. I want to talk about something that a lot of us do. I don't know if all of us do it, but I guess it'd probably be easiest to do in a scenario. We have these habits that we have that we spend money on. Maybe cigarettes might be a great one to do. It's like, you spend a ton of money on cigarettes, and then you're going to quit. And you're like, when I do this, I spend this amount of money on a pack of cigarettes, and I smoke this many a week, and all that money, I can't believe I haven't put it towards cigarettes. I'm going to put it in the savings, or I'm going to do something with it. Well, guess what? We quit. And then for all these years we've been smoking or doing whatever it is that we're spending money on, we think we're going to save all this money, and then we quit. And then a month later or 2 months later, even a year goes by. It's like, what happened to that money that I used to spend? What happened to that money that I used to spend on this stuff? It's coming back to me, but I don't feel like it's there, And what we do, as soon as it's in our hands, that money's in these digits, as soon as it's there, it's in our checking account, guess what? We blow it. We spend it on something. It never goes towards the things that we need. So we take something that was bad for us, we get rid of it, and it should give us two positive things to make us healthier, but it also should start building our wealth by putting that money aside, but we don't, and we spend it on something new. So it just goes into something else that we spend frivolous on, whether it's a restaurant or whatever it is. We just don't know. Nobody can ever figure out what happens to that money. Nobody's taking it away from you. You're getting the money in, but as soon as we get used of having that money, it just takes a second. Once it's in our hands, it's gone. Same with raises, same with anything. You're not used to having the money, but it's the second you get it, the second it's available to you, those funds are available to you, it's gone. And you find yourself needing that money still in the same position you were before. So the idea is this. You got a raise coming up, whether, I don't care what it is, it's 1%, 2%, 3%, 10%, 15. If it's 15, that's awesome. You set up your automatic savings, automatic retirement, whatever it is, and apply it towards that so you never see it. The great thing is when you do that and it comes out of your check, less taxes to pay because you don't pay money on that taxes up front, and the government will get their money somehow eventually. But you don't see it. Again, you're not seeing it. You're still used of the money you make. My wife and I put probably about a third of our money away. To me, it's not enough. To us, it's not enough, for retirement. My goal is to do 100% of what I make by the end of next year. That's pretty good. It's still not enough, because we want to retire at a comfortable age. We want to be able to do that so that we can help others continue to do what we're doing and survive on what you get, because you can't rely on the government you shouldn't be relying on the government for anything financially. So again, when you know that devices is coming up, pre-plan to have that money taken out. So when you quit, that you never see that money, because again, it only takes a second. Once that money's there, it's gone. You'll never save it. You'll find yourself in the same spot you are now, not investing in your future. And it's so important that you do that. We don't know how long we're going to be on this earth, but if you're here for 100 years and you haven't saved anything, what do you have? What do you have to live on? You got to be able to take care of things. You got to be able to live. You got to be able to have fun. Enjoy those years that you work so hard for. So let's think about that. The other thing too is why not start saving now? If you got used to using that money in seconds, it takes a lot longer to used to not having that money. But why can't you take 10% and invest it into the bank? Because really, it's not 10% when it's coming out of your check, because you're not getting taxed on that money. It drops down to about 7%. But I can tell you this: you feel broke, but you know that you're putting money aside, and that's an important thing. We have to invest in our futures when it comes to building our big, working towards our big goal, that big picture of ours, investing in our health and investing in our brains and our hearts and our spirits, like I talk about, strengthening those spirits, strengthening your brain by reading and studying, by watching videos. There's other videos out there that are phenomenal videos that are not mine, and there's a ton of them out there on YouTube. It's all free stuff. Free is good. Free is good. It's not money. So let's start thinking about that. Okay. Invest in your future when it comes to your mind and your heart and your spirit, and invest in your financially. It doesn't take a whole lot. There's a guy I just read about recently, never made more than $13,000 a year, and he retired with over $2 million in the bank. $2 million in the bank is a lot of money. At 10% interest, you can live very, very well. You can have 2 houses, in 2 different places you can go to, and you're still living on like $240 some thousand. So it's $185,000, I think. There's $185,000 to live on. Okay, now maybe some of us cannot do that because of our age, to build that, but we can still build wealth by investing in other places. There's ways to making that money. You just got to get out there and build this bean, strengthen your brain. So think about money, think about your future, and think about putting that money away before you even see it. Because once you see it, once you touch it, it's gone. All right, you guys, make today your best day ever. Make this week your best day ever. I hate to say that because today's it's not the beginning of the week. It's the beginning of the rest of your life. Please share these if you think they're going to help anybody else. Love yourself, love others. I love myself, and I really love you guys, and I appreciate you sharing these. Anyway, make today your best day ever. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Please share these. Bye.